Welcome, folks, to a live stream which I've been meaning to do for a long time. I have not made a video on YouTube for some time. I'm still hoping to get some editing software, but in the meantime, I decided to stream this Pilates PC-12 flight from Burbank, California to Flagstaff, Arizona. So we're going to be flying on PilotEdge today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. I've got the ground power on, and I've got the avionics on and the battery power on. So let's go ahead and get our clearance and look at everything that it takes to get this plane from this location to the next safely. All right, so hope everybody is doing well. Before I forget, let's jump up top and put our navigation lights on. As you can see on the overhead panel, I've got the external power on, the battery 1 and 2, and the avionics 1 and 2, obviously. The rest we'll worry about in a little bit. I will somewhat be going off the actual checklist provided by Carenado. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get our checklist done and get our clearance, I should say. And so we've already verified that the static elements are off the aircraft outside. There's no chock blocks. Obviously, it's ground power, but you can't see it because they did not simulate that visually on the outside of the aircraft. But we do have external power on. All the passenger doors closed, as well as the cargo door, which is on the left side rear. Today on board, we've got 1,718 pounds of fuel with a payload weight of 1,375 pounds. Our tail is November 350 Kilo Tango. Our total weight is 8,694 pounds of flying, which will make sense to us once we're in the air trying to figure out where we need to set our torque at. All right, flying time today should be about 1 hour and 26 minutes. No further ado, let me get the chart up here and get clearance delivery, which is, and I was just kind of messing around here to see if I could get some, this Garmin 530 doesn't do airways, and there is a Juliet 8 airway or jetway in my flight plan, but it doesn't matter anyway. The 2 points that I have for it are the beginning and the end, so we'll be flying on that jetway. Anyway, I just had to verify that on SkyVector. Hope everybody's having a good new year. So far, I'm still calling it the new year. I don't care, because it is brand new to me still, so it is to you as well. All right, 118.0 is going to be our departure, or clearance delivery, I should say, for the Burbank Airport. So let's just get that switched in there. All right, we got 118.0. Let me just, got my other computer open with my charts there. Let's just make sure. Sometimes PilotEdge.
And November 435 Tango, just for my planning purposes, do you have a particular direction of flight or destination this evening?
That we've got the right frequency there.
Midfield left downwind 540 Lima.
So let's just wait till they complete their transmission to do that. And it looks like they do. So.
And November 435 Tango, Roger, you're going to stay on that heading for a little bit?
Well, I thought they were. Anyway, I guess I was incorrect on that. Yeah, so.
No, I was just asking if you're going to. The reason I'm asking is because you're about to go into somebody else's airspace. I need to go coordinate with them. Or if you're going to.
Everybody's noticed I've head
more eastbound, you would stay with me. I was just asking a question. It wasn't an instruction.
Channel, but I'm not doing Microsoft Flight Simulator anymore.
And before Sierra Lima runway 29 cleared for the option.
Huge brand new computer.
Cleared for the option.
Flying Flight Simulator on Steam and realized that, you know, because it was a 32-bit system, all the great big add-on scenery and stuff that I've been adding on was not even, you know, still working the way it should, just because that 32-bit requires more of the computer and not video card, so I switched to X-Plane, and I've been loving it since. But I'm still going to try to fly some of the same aircraft. I know a lot of folks like the prop aircraft, and I like this one a lot, so I'm going to fly a couple other ones. So let's get our clearance here. Burbank clearance, November 350 Kilo Tango, looking for IFR to Flagstaff.
November 350 Tango Burbank clearance, your clearance is on request away.
Alright, so clearance is on request. I did, you know, I made my flight plan using SimBrief, and it gave me, I think it's the SLAP 1 departure, which is, yes, the SLAP 1 they gave me, which is the departure intended for turbojets. Well, we're not in a turbojet, as you see looking out the window. We're a turboprop. So you got to watch that when you use SimBrief, and I do have, you know, Navigraph subscription.
Palomar Tower, November 170, Romeo Bravo, so reporting midfield left downwind for runway 24.
November 0, Romeo Bravo, Palomar Tower, runway 24, cleared for the option.
Departure was adequate.
Clear for the option, runway 24, 170, Romeo Bravo.
So I found the Vivera 2 was sufficient, and it's intended for turboprops only, in which we are. So just a little heads up. If you're doing the flight planning, sometimes I know it's easy for us to just say, oh, SimBrief knows what it's doing. Even when you put the airframe in, well, sometimes it doesn't do that. So I'm making it more of my priority to double check the departure routes to make sure it's appropriate for the aircraft that I am using. So just keep that in mind.
November 4629 Delta Squawk 4576.
So just keep that in mind. So we're just waiting on him, really. And then we can go ahead and program this bad boy. There's not a whole lot of getting this aircraft in the air, which I like about it. And it's very efficient. You know, there's some hands-on stuff here, obviously. It doesn't, the GNS 530 doesn't follow SIDS and stars and approach plates. So I'll have to put that stuff in, which I don't mind. It's no big deal. It's really not, you know. And then, of course, on our descent, we have to kind of manage that on our own to make sure we're hitting whatever altitude restrictions are in place.
Number 350 Kilo Tango, have your clearance running ready to copy?
All right, November 350 Kilo Tango is ready to copy clearance.
Number 350 Kilo Tango, clear to the Flagstaff Airport, Vera 2 departure, Hector transition, Venice filed. Climb via the SID, accept maintain 4000. You can expect flight level 230, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.2, squawk 2671.
Okay, cleared is filed via the Vivera 2 Hector transition, climb via SID, accept maintain 4000. Expect flight level 230, 5 minutes after departure. Departure is 134.2, squawking 2671 for November 350 Kilo Tango.
Number 0 Kilo Delta, you're correct.
Alright, so we got our readback correct.
I'm sorry, who's squawking 4576?
Squawk for November 350 Kilo Tango is 2671, sir.
Numbers here, Kilo Tango, yeah, I got you. It would 2900 Delta, radar contact.
Alright, so he wasn't.
Let's make it 11 miles northeast of San Bernardino. And what was your request again?
There we go. Alright, so got him switched off. So first and foremost, what I like to do is just turn our transponder on, and let's get our squawk code put in. And I thought he was talking to me. Sometimes that's the problem with PilotEdge. You don't really know if they're talking to you or not, because it sounded like he was perhaps still looking to verify if I had said the right squawk code, even though he said readback all good. But doesn't hurt to check. I'd rather double check than not double check and then get yelled at later, which, you know, I always find a way to get yelled at. Alright, so let's get this bad boy programmed. I wanted to do this portion of the flight just to show everybody what actually goes in to flying, you know, this aircraft, or getting it up in the air, I should say, and getting going from from scratch. So let's get our flight plan here plugged in. So we're going to clear that out, and then we'll start from scratch here. So there's the Burbank. Okay, and then for our Vivera 2, our next point is going to be double CHUM. So then we're just going to come over here and do that. So this may be a little tedious, but hopefully we can just talk right along, since, you know, there won't be any type of editing, which I don't do anyway, to the video. But so you guys will just have to bear with me. US Southwest, that looks good. We're going to hit enter. All right, and the next point is chemo, or chemo. So it doesn't take too long. It's a little bit more work than just, you know, using a regular FMS and doing the SIDS and stars, which are much easier. But, you know, we do what we got to do when we're flying our turboprops. I don't I don't at all mind it. And so anyway, what I would like for you guys to do, if you are still enjoying my channel, let me know what aircraft you would like me to fly. If you need any tutorials, I will be more than happy to do tutorials. I enjoy doing that, and that's where I seem to have gotten most of my viewers' interest, is on a tutorial that I did for somebody that asked me to do a tutorial. So I don't mind doing that. Anyway, just let me know. Keep in mind, now I do have all of the major flight sims. I've got P3D version 4. I have Flight Simulator, which I'm not opposed to doing either of those. I would prefer X-Plane, since I'm using this pretty much every day. You know, so let me know which one you want. Keep in mind as well, the aircraft show up in several of the different simulators, and the procedures are the you know, pretty much the same for the aircraft. There may be some differences in simulator dynamics as far as what you need to do for, you know, certain things to make it work in the simulator. However, the functionality of the aircraft should be the same because it's the actual simulation of it. So just keep that in mind. So if I'm doing something for X-Plane, but it's a plane that works in one of your simulators, I don't think it's that important that I'm using a different simulator than what you'll be using, as long as the aircraft works. And not to mention, I am pretty keen on the differences between the different simulators, and will be able to, you know, tell you what button or, you know, what feature you need to hone in on in that particular simulator. So let me know. I plan on, you know, starting, this is, you know, I just turned 40. This is going to be a big year for me. Hopefully I'm getting ready to start a business, which I hope to talk to you guys about a little bit later on a few videos to come. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So it's a big year for me. So again, I still do intend on getting some better, I should say, not better, because the one I'm using is free, capture. I plan on getting some software where I can actually do some editing, which at this point, my busy life with, you know, 8,000 kids that I have living in my house, I haven't really, that hasn't been a priority. But I still intend to do it, just like I intended to get a new computer, and I did, and I'm loving this thing. And I do intend to also invest in some software. There we are, Flagstaff. Oh, definitely not China, but it's good to know that there's an FLG in China. Okay, so now we've got our wonderful flight plan in here. We're still going to use this. Now that we've got our wonderful flight plan in here, we want to do is also verify the distance to make sure there's not an outlier here that's just something that doesn't make sense. So, you know, cumulative mileage to Flagstaff is 351 nautical miles. That looks good. All these waypoints are good to go. And you can also kind of follow the headings to see the general direction, which of course, you know, we're taking an eastern route pretty much from the location where we're at, so that looks good. So that's, you know, one thing to make sure here. Now that that's done, we can get this all the way moved back up and push our cursor off. Now our adjoining GNS 530, what we want to do here is click on flight plan. It's got my old flight plan on here, but watch this, folks. It's really easy to kind of get rid of that. We're just going to cross fill from the other one and hit enter, and now you see we have that. And so I'll actually use this one to monitor my waypoints as far as the text is concerned, and you know, the distance and the cumulative miles and the heading, while I use this one here for my route. Does everybody see that? It's pretty cool, right? I think so. I think so. All right, now that that is done, we are going to slide over here. Let's verify our fuel quantity. We are at 1,719 pounds. Now I put about, you know, let's just say 300 pounds of pilot discretionary fuel in here. The actual block fuel per the flight plan, they wanted 1,374 pounds. So I put a little extra in there. So we're good there. Again, we already know what our payload is. All right, so now we are going to go over to the normal procedures for the checklist. And this is engine starting with or without external power. And so since it is on, we will start with the external power on, which is no big deal. And then we'll disconnect the external power. The altimeter in which I need to set while I'm thinking about it is 3010. There is, you know, departing runway 8. And if we come over here, based off of our first bearings, 8 probably makes more sense than 8 probably makes a little bit more sense versus 8 probably makes a little more sense. I know I keep repeating myself, versus 15. And so one thing that I need to do is come over here to my charts, and let me just double check my departure, any restrictions. He already gave me accept maintain 4,000, so that's okay. And we'll get that plugged in there for a second. Let me just anticipate on runway 8. And the reason why I'm pulling up the chart, again, you got to remember PilotEdge, they use all the real frequencies. So we do have our departure frequency of 1342, but I need to have in mind what the ground frequency is. And the ground frequency is 23.9 for runway 8. So let's go ahead and set that up. So there's 23.9, and we might start hearing
135.4 is my frequency, and 1752 is my squawk.
1342.
And over 7 Romeo Juliet, my mistake is the runway 26 left. Departure procedure to the Prado intersection.
And then, well, actually, what I need to set up in there first is the
26
tower,
left.
so that's
Departure procedure from 7 Romeo Juliet.
So we'll go to 18.7 and then...
Palm Springs ground, 1170 Bravo, with information Tango, rated taxi.
All right, folks.
I'm at the west end of the airport.
So static, we got that.
I'm sorry, I missed the call sign again, please.
4,000 feet here.
1170 Bravo.
And if we are departing...
Number 170 Bravo, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 left, taxi via Bravo, Whiskey and Alpha.
Departure here, and let's
taxi Bravo,
that
Whiskey Alpha, 31 left, 70 Bravo.
To do a upon our departure.
And number 137,
clearance,
Romeo
November
Juliet,
143
let's go
Victor
through
Tango,
this
good
one more
evening.
time. It's the
IFR
runway
to
26
Monterey
left departure procedure. Cleared to the Catalina Airport via the runway 26 left departure procedure to Prado intersection. Then join Victor 363 to Dana.
Right turn.
Then join the Santa Catalina 065 radial inbound to Santa Catalina direct.
We'll climb right turn heading 210. So then, this is the only cool thing about this aircraft, and I'm just being facetious when I say cool, is the fact that the autopilot is here. So I had to set up a, the autopilot situation is here. So I had, let me hit the nav here so we can get it to GPS. The autopilot heading situation is down here to turn the knob. So I had to set up a view so that I could see
Burbank clearance, November 143 Victor Tango, IFR to Monterey, and good evening.
And where I could
Number 143 Victor Tango, Burbank clearance. Your clearance is on request. Standby.
That you have to take in consideration. All right, so climb right turn heading 210 or is assigned by air traffic control. Expect vectors to cross chum at or above 6,800 on track 003 to cross Chemo at 7,000 and depicted route. So he'll take care of that. I'm going to keep that heading in there unless he tells us to fly a different heading upon departing runway 8 or if it switches the runway. So, okay, so now with no further ado, what I'm going to do, it is a cold engine. The engine has not been ran. So per the instructions, I'm going to start the aircraft with the, condition lever in flight idle versus ground idle because it's a cold engine. So let's get our armrest moved because again, we are in a nice sim world.
San Luis Tower, Cessna 6357 Charlie is clear of the active on Alpha at Charlie, looking for progressive taxi to FBO.
And we'll get this guy up so I can actually see it.
And I'm sorry, I was on the landline.
From this
aircraft calling again.
Cessna 6357 Charlie at San Luis on the Alpha taxiway at Charlie, looking for progressive taxi to the FBO.
Oh, come on. I had you up.
Number 6357 Charlie, taxi eastbound on Alpha, then it'll be a left turn into the ramp.
Eastbound on Alpha and left turn onto the ramp. Thank you, 6357 Charlie.
I think it is F5 that would move my condition lever up. But we'll just grab it. I don't feel like pausing it right now. I'll just do it manually. That's how I do it anyway. So let's jump up top now. And as you can see, here's everything up top. Now that we are getting ready to go active, we need to tap on our beacon. And then all of this other good stuff is off. De-icing needs to be off. Cooling needs to be off. Generator 1 and 2 is off. External power battery, all that's fine. We'll switch the inverter to generator 1 once we get the aircraft fired up. So now we're going to hold this for in between 2 to 3, or let's say 2 to 5 seconds. And got some contact there. And we'll run it to NGs at least 50%. It is over 50%. So now we can switch it to flight idle. Or ground idle, I should say. Here we go. Let's go up.
Number 143 Victor Tango, have your clearance when you're ready to copy.
Turn
ready to copy.
Power off.
Number 143 Victor Tango, clear to the Monterey Airport, Van Nuys 3 departure, Avenal transition, then as filed. Climb via the SID, except maintain 4,000. Expect level 280, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.2, squawk 2117.
Right now the temperature is here. We don't need
Clear to the Monterey Regional Airport, Van Nuys 3, Avenal as filed. Climb via SID, except maintain 4,000. 134.22117.
Is if it's on a like a gravel
3 Victor
field.
Tango, read back correct.
All right, standby bus switch off.
Palm Springs Tower 1170 Bravo, holding at runway 31 left at Alpha, ready for departure.
Number 117 Sierra Bravo, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 left, cleared for takeoff.
And see it says
31 left, clear to take off. 70 Bravo.
Operating on unprepared surface, which we are not. Alright. So now...
Number 7, Romeo Juliet, we're ready for read back again.
Install, check the flags. We're going to check the annunciator panel, flaps lever, 15 degrees.
November 7, Romeo Juliet.
Alright, so
we can read back again. We're actually on the Victor
our flaps down here.
The 2,400 feet climb 6,000.
Alright. Let's check our panel here. It's good. Now let's check if we've got good takeoff.
And 7 Romeo Juliet, we are going
on the auto trim,
to Prado intersection via Victor 363.
We're on altitude already.
And then to Dana, and then to 065 degree radial of Santa Catalina Airport down to 4,000 to 135.4 frequency.
So that
Squawk 1752.
Over here on the HSI. See?
Okay, November 7, Romeo, just to make sure I'm understanding you correctly, did you just take off from bracket?
Our altitude set to 4,000.
Yes, we did. We did the departure procedure for 2611.
Alright, so at this point, folks, I do believe that we are ready to go. Let me check my checklist here before taxi.
Okay, November 7, Romeo Juliet, bracket is a controlled field. You do not have a clearance to take off.
Pilot button, press to engage. We don't need to do that. PCL set to idle. Okay, that's the condition lever. Elevator control pull. Cause pressure ice mode. Check on. Advisory.
November 7, Romeo Juliet. Excuse me for that. I should have communicated on 118.2.
The icing
And remember,
on and check
137 Romeo Juliet. There's multiple things that are wrong here. You're on the ground frequency. You took off without a clearance. It's my assessment that you're unfamiliar, and so unfortunately, due to the serious nature of the deviation, I recommend trying our pilot training program. You can access it from the Pilot Center link on the PilotEdge homepage, and I will have to file a report on it.
Push to on windshield. We don't need windshield heat right now.
November 7, Romeo Juliet. Yes, this is my first flight that I'm doing on PilotEdge, and very unfamiliar with it. So excuse me about that. Sorry.
Somebody's getting yelled at already. But good for him.
And November 7, Romeo Juliet. Yeah, that's what the pilot training program is for. Is to help you familiarize yourself. So just head over to the PilotEdge homepage there, and click on the Pilot Center link. You'll find all about the training program that'll help you avoid this kind of an issue in the future.
18.7. So let's get out of here, folks. We don't want to drag this thing out any more than we have to. It's the last thing that we want to do. That is the last thing that we want to do. So we got it running. Alright, here we go.
Number 117 Sierra Bravo, radar contacts, the altitude leaving.
Contacting at 7 Sierra Bravo at 3,600.
Number 7 Sierra Bravo, roger, contact, departure, have a good flight.
Contacting departure, 7 Sierra Bravo.
We just opened up another panel here.
Number 117 Sierra Bravo.
Frequencies, right?
Palm Springs or capturing SoCal departure, radar contact, maintain VFR.
No, that's the only thing.
Remember, 200 Delta contact, SoCal approach 119.6, have a good flight.
It usually goes a lot smoother when you don't get yelled at. Alright, let's check and see. Yep. Okay, so ground is 23.9, towers 18.7 if it's runway 8. Double check, 23.9, 18.7. Okay, we do have information Oscar. Just say with the weather, just on a slight chance of this change, altimeter is 3010. Burbank ground, November 350 Kilo Tango with the weather, ready to taxi, currently positioned at general aviation parking.
November 350 Kilo Tango Burbank ground, runway 8, taxi via Charlie.
Okay, runway 8, taxi via Charlie, November 350 Kilo Tango. Alright.
Number 462 Delta, SoCal approach, roger, and the Palomar altimeter, 3012.
Very short taxi. Basically up and left, and then hold short. I mean, you can see the end of the runway there, so we're just going to slip right in here and get on the taxiway. mean, I guess we could do it the right way and follow the taxi line, but we'll do that. We'll be good citizens. All right, park and brake off. We're going to start to roll. I do like taxiing this aircraft in the ground idle. Just maintain some of the speed there. Well, Texaco is on it. They've got several trucks here waiting to just fill people up and charge them high gas prices, I guess. So I flew this aircraft into this airport yesterday, and it was just awesome conditions. It was light rain. The wind was 10, gusting 20. And I mean, I wish I was recording it. However, I wasn't.
Number 117 Sierra Bravo. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change for
viral here on X-Plane, and it does an awesome job. And let's just jump up here quick and get our taxi light on, I suppose, so we're not riding dirty here. Alright, so we got our flaps down, so there's not too much of a run up to do here.
November 435 Tango, the San Luis Airport is departure 1 o'clock and 12 miles. Can you see it?
Get here and hold short. Alright, so we've got the park and brake engaged. We're holding short. At this point, let's go ahead and switch the tower. Tower's 18.7. Let me go ahead and type in my departure frequency. 34.
And are you planning on landing there, or you just overfly?
Alright, 1342 is good to go. So for a run up, the only thing that we
yes
really
to landing, or yes
do
we're flying?
Come up here.
435 Tango, you have the airport in sight. Radar services terminated, and contact San Luis Tower now on 124.0. Have a good day.
Burbank Tower, November 350 Kilo Tango, holding short of runway 8, ready to go.
Number 350 Kilo to Burbank Tower, the wind 180 at 6, runway 8 cleared for takeoff.
Runway 8 cleared for takeoff, November 350 Kilo Tango. Alright folks, so...
Number 46200 Delta, let me know when you have the
definitely
Palomar weather, and you can expect runway 24.
Have the clearance to go. So...
San Luis Tower, Skyhawk 435 Tango with the ATIS, about 10 miles due west at 2500, request landing.
90 knots.
San Luis Tower.
Just tapping on the brakes here a little bit, folks. And it looks a little
November
like
45 Tango, San Luis Tower.
Things that I don't like.
San Luis altimeter is 3014. Enter the left downwind runway 29. Report midfield.
And I'll be putting in a lot of right rudder as I'm taking off.
San Luis Tower, Skyhawk 435 Tango, 3014, altimeter left downwind runway 29. Report midfield. San Luis Tower.
Power is set. We don't want
Burbank ground, November 143 Victor Tango, ready to taxi with the weather.
And traffic for once there, November 4629 Delta radar services terminated then, and contact Palomar Tower 118.6 of the day.
Alright, we're going to do a right turn.
November 143 Victor Tango, is that you calling?
Affirmative. Ready to taxi with the weather. And sorry if I stepped on you.
Number 143 Victor Tango, Burbank ground, runway 8, taxi via Delta.
8 Delta 322.
Number 350 Tango, contact SoCal departure. Have a good flight.
Okay, going to SoCal departure. Thanks a lot. Number 350 Tango. And we'll go up midget on the feet per minute. SoCal departure, November 350 Kilo Tango with you at 1,800, climbing 4,000.
Number 350 Kilo Tango, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb maintain 13,000.
Okay, up to 13,000, November 350 Kilo Tango.
Just verify that's 13,000 for number 0 Kilo Tango.
Roger that. 13,000. 3,000 Kilo Tango. Alright. So we're going to go on up to 13,000.
Palomar Tower, Skyhawk 4629 Delta, 13 miles northeast at 6,500. Request full stop landing with Bravo.
Alright, so our port...
Number 46, actually stand by. November 350 Kilo Tango, turn no right heading 360, enable direct slap, and then resume the Van Nuys 3 departure.
Okay, right heading 360, and then direct slap, and then resume departure from November 3000.
Number 4629 Delta, Palomar Tower, enter the left base, or correction, right base, runway 24. And you said you had information, Bravo?
Information, Bravo, 4629 Delta.
Roger.
Alright, so there's that.
Palomar Tower, enter right base for runway 24, start with 29 Delta.
Direct slap. So then we'll enter, we will activate that leg, slap. Okay. We bring this torque down a little bit. I don't want that to get away with it. Let's bring that down just a smidge. There we go, more. That, we'll figure out what our cruise torque here is in a minute. Now, let's come back over here. And we're going 360 and there's slap. So once we start straightening out, I'll go ahead and put it into the navigation mode. We can go direct slap. Which we should now be doing. So like I said, folks, there's a lot of stuff going on. Upon departure with these aircraft. And we do got little clouds here. Exit viral. This airplane makes a little clicking noise too, by the way, so you'll have to bear it.
Number 0 Kilo Tango, Los Angeles, are now 125.27. Have a good night.
Alright, going to Los Angeles Center, 2527. Thanks for everything. Alright, so we're now going to be switching over to center at 2527. Okay. Los Angeles Center, November 350 Kilo Tango, checking in with you at 7,000, climbing 13,000 for the Vera 2 departure.
Water 350 Kilo Tango, Los Angeles Center, climbing maintain flight level 230.
Okay, up to flight level 230, November 350 Kilo. Alright, so we've got the authorization to go all the way up to our cruising altitude. And past some of that mist there. Our speed is pretty good. If it starts dropping a little bit, then I'll drop the nose down a little bit and we'll pitch down. Let's go over here and double check our direct slap. That looks good. We are direct slap. You can see that. This is us. There's slap. And then we'll pick that up and head right to Jarzo. Let's nose down a little bit. Leave it at 1,500. It's no big deal. I anticipate slower speeds on the climb. Probably higher in torque than we should be, but you know, in the manual, and all the information provided by Carenado, it doesn't really give torque on the climb. It gives torque on the cruise, which I will be going over that in the cruise to make sure I get the torque where it should be. So perhaps I should bring it down to where it's in the green. Drop the nose. We're above 10,000 feet, so we can turn the landing light off there. And let me look at the checklist to just double check and make sure that during the climb I don't need to do anything with the inertial separator. It's icing conditions. Okay, climb, good, temperature setting, ITT. It just says torque ITT NG monitor, which I am. But, you know, so there's that. ECS switch auto, which it already is. Ice protection is required. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't give a whole lot of information, but I've flown this aircraft enough to know what's safe and what isn't. So, I mean, I could put it into IAS mode right now, and it would keep the speed that we're doing, but I think I'll just manually monitor everything here, if that's okay with you wonderful folks. Alright, so let's take a look here. Kind of past slap, so let me see what's going on with that. Got our nav mode on. Heading that way, so what I'll do now is I'll go direct to Jarzo just to be on the safe side. So let's do menu. Now we'll go direct to Jarzo. This looked like we were gonna definitely overshoot slap. Down to 1300 our speed. We'll add a little speed, get a little chop here. Let's go back and see what the passengers are looking at. You see that? It's a little chop. No, a little chop going on there. Make sure we're not getting anybody back here motion sickness. Alright, as a pilot, don't try that. Don't try walking back in the cabin while you're actively flying an aircraft. That's definitely a perk of the simulator. Alright folks, should be a pretty smooth flight to Flagstaff. Hopefully we get above this chop. We've still got about 9,000 or 8,000 and some change to go. Right. Everything is looking good here. Co-pilot view here, what's going on.
United 1850 to Los Angeles Center 135.5.
So our aircraft is on course there, as you see. Picked up the line nicely. We just had to do a little bit of manipulation there. Make sure we stayed on course.
United 1850 Los Angeles Center, Burbank, altimeter 3010.
I hope you guys are enjoying this flight thus far. I'm enjoying making this video. It's a nice little scenery here.
Los Angeles Center, November 143, Victor Tango, 9,000 for 13,000 direct twine Van Nuys 3.
Close 143, Victor Tango, SoCal depart, correction, Los Angeles Center. You said you're direct twine?
That's correct, Van Nuys 3, direct twine.
Now one thing that I need to do here too is get
Close
this
3, Victor Tango, climb maintain flight level 230.
Up to flight level 230 through Victor Tango.
Let's go ahead and do another crossfill here. since I made some updates. Just to keep it updated. Enter. Go. We'll push the we'll push this down a little bit right there so it's in the know, which it now is. Alright, that speed is still doing good. At 180, I'll drop it down to about 1,000 feet per minute. This will automatically go in standard, which I don't know if the real aircraft does automatically, which I highly doubt it. But this one does for simulation purposes. I'm always ready to do it, and as soon as it gets there, it usually pops over there by itself and see if it's going to make a liar out of me. And see, it did it all by itself, so I guess it doesn't feel that I'm confident enough to remember to do that. Now, as you see, the air got a little thinner here. Torque's still on the green in 37. Everything, NG's in the green. The ITT is in the green. And the torque is right where we want it. Perhaps we were probably torquing it too much. Over torquing it here in the yellow earlier, but you know, we're still learning. Get a slap on the hand. So anyway, folks, I highly encourage anyone who's into a flight enthusiast such as I am to use PilotEdge. It'll keep you honest. I'll tell you that. It'll keep you honest. You know, I still enjoy flying VATSIM, especially when PilotEdge isn't available, and gives me more real life traffic. I guess PilotEdge does. PilotEdge gives you realism as far as the air traffic control all the way. There's no inconsistencies. VATSIM is awesome. I still also recommend everybody fly with VATSIM as well. I enjoy VATSIM as I do PilotEdge. I just think PilotEdge for more consistency when it comes to wanting to have that live air traffic control in my whole route. PilotEdge has limitations, as it doesn't cover them. You know, everywhere we can fly, if you can fly, you know, from, let's say, Colorado to the West Coast, that's the coverage area. If you can fly east of that, you're on your own. I do anticipate maybe if they get more subscribers that network will grow, because I can't see PilotEdge not being something that will continue to grow. But you know, it is you do have to pay, which, you know, if you have it, also kind of gives you another, I guess, benchmark for your dedication to your hobbies. I do still intend on getting a pilot's license. I mean, some days I toil back and forth with it, like, am I gonna do it? Am I not gonna do it? And you know, it's coming back around where I at least want to do it. I have no intentions of being, you know, flying, you know, older. And like I said, starting a business, no intent of flying commercially or for a company, or just a hobby, just to have it, you know, and just to check it off the bucket list. Hopefully, it won't come to fruition one day. Hopefully, I'm hoping. You guys can hope with me. Put your cross fingers up for me, say a little prayer. And, you know, hopefully, too, once I get better videos going here, you know, hopefully get more subscribers, hopefully get some more conversations going on aviation. I do love it. I try to find time when I can, obviously, as far as simulation world. But me and my oldest son, we're planning to do a live stream after this flight. Well, perhaps the American Truck Simulator, which we love playing. That's kind of one of our bonding things. Hopefully my younger son gets old enough, he can start doing it. My daughters are all the older ones. I got a grown daughter. I got a daughter that's 16. Getting a driver's license in March, so that's a good kid. So the girls, they don't get into the stuff thus far. You know, I've begged and pleaded. They found ways to deny me We'll go down to 500 feet per minute. Maybe pick up a little bit of speed here. And keep rolling. What I'm doing now on my other computer screen is I am looking at the chart for the ITT, the torque settings, and what they should be now that we're getting ready to hit our final cruise. So we'll be at 230. We're a little over 8,000 pounds, or about between 8,000 and 9,000. The chart has all even numbers, so I'm going to have to speculate here. I'll probably just leave a 9,000 pound information. Well, it looks like our torque technically should be well, I don't like that torque. I'm going to look at the max cruise power here. 8,000, right around 230. So it's looking like our torque maybe should get, you know, about 30 psi on the torque. As we approach that, I'll bring the torque down to 30 psi. And as you can see, the higher we get, torque is naturally going down anyway from the difference in the air. So as you can see, our barbershop pole here, barber's pole, is decreasing because we're getting higher. Currently, we are
Unit 1850, count circular approach 134.2.
knots over the ground. Or that's the ground speed, I should say. And we're pretty much at our cruise. I'll wait for the aircraft to pitch down, as you can see here.
Just 3 Victor Tango, contact Los Angeles Center 133.55.
13355, 3 Victor Tango.
Alright. So we're pretty much there. So let's go back to the ITT now. Let's go back just a smidge and see where it goes since I can't see.
Eclipse 143 Victor Tango, Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Back to torque a little bit, we're at 33.
Flight is 350 Kilo Tango, contact Los Angeles Center, 134.65.
Okay, going to 3465, remember 350. Alright, so got it down to 32. Let's get our radios tuned in. She said 34. Then 65. Alright. Los Angeles Center, November 350 Kilo Tango, checking in with you. Flight level 230.
Flight is 350 Kilo Tango, Los Angeles Center. Las Vegas altimeter 301. Disregard. You're saying it going to Flagstaff. Disregard.
Alright, so they make mistakes too. It's a good thing. For a second there I was like, is she gonna yell at me about something? What did I do? But I didn't do anything. So it's all good to go. Let's get our ITT down to 30, so let's bring this back just a smidget. And we're at 31. Alright. We're at 31. And let's go back just a smidget. Okay, we're at 30. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with our speed here. Did pick up a little ground speed right now. Alright, so we are simply cruising. Now one thing I do need to check, PilotEdge, they have some unmanned, untowered fields, and I do need to check to see which one is unmanned. So I need to go to the PilotEdge website quick, and I need to double check and see if Flagstaff, if I'm going to be canceling IFR right before I land. Let's see. And Flagstaff is a towered airport, so we will have service the whole way there. Woohoo! We will have service all the way there. Awesome sauce. Well, in the meantime, we will cruise and double check the speed here. Let's see what our estimated time, well, to S-Bath is 1:28 seconds. Let's look at the overall flight plan. 271 miles to go, so we got some cruising time to do here. Got some cruising time to do. Yeah, so everything's pretty much stabilized there. Looking good. We're not excessive. Our torque is looking good. G and ITT are good. Plenty of fuel, more fuel than we needed, of course. So that discretionary pilot's fuel in there. It's normal, slave. Bada boom. Here. Autos in the middle, it's good. Alright, we are now direct Heckler. So we are good to go. Let's go back and quiet back here in the passenger cabin. Get out of this window. I guess if you look forward, the noise is centered up here in the actual cockpit. It's nice and quiet here as you take a nice little look out over the right wing of the aircraft. Alright folks, so I am more than likely going to just mute the microphone for a little bit. We've got some flying to do. And I'll be checking in here with you shortly on this flight. Ought to be an interesting ride in Flagstaff. I'll be checking the weather, trying to predict what runway that we're going to use, which I think Flagstaff, we just pull it up here. Flagstaff is pretty much a no-brainer on what runway we're going to use. It's a smaller airport, of course. Just pull it up here. It's loading into my charts. Here we lost some speed for whatever reason. I don't know if it was dust or anything, but we're doing good on speed and lead speed for whatever reason. But I'm okay with that. I'll just leave it as is. Flagstaff is one piece of concrete. And runway 21 is the typical runway to land into the Flagstaff area. The opposite side of that is runway 3. So this is my first time flying into the Flagstaff airport. So we'll see how this goes. Looks like we've got a little cloud cover that we're approaching. And as you can see, our speed picked back up. I didn't do anything different, so it's got to be the prevailing winds out there that are making a difference. If I look at the flight plan at this particular flight level, the average wind is coming pretty much from the west as 53 miles per hour up here at this level. So aircraft doesn't weigh that much, so it could be, I suppose, impactful on our speed. And we are traveling east, so we can get a bit of a tailwind for the most part, assuming there was some crosswinds or something that made that speed go down all of a sudden, but nothing to be concerned about in the slightest. Alright folks, continue to enjoy the flight, and I'll continue to monitor air traffic control. You may hear me jump on and say things. I'll check back in with you shortly. Double check here. Our flight to Flagstaff, 242 miles. So we'll probably have another good 30 minutes before we start descending. At the speed of 329, probably a little bit less than 30 minutes. No big deal. Alright folks, I'll be back shortly.
Coast 143 Victor Tango, contact Oakland Center 127.4. You too. Ecos 143 Victor Tango, Oakland Center 127.45.
checking back in with you right now. As we're cruising here, let's take a look at our flight time here. We're at cumulatively 180 miles to go to Flagstaff, nautical miles that is, not regular miles, nautical miles. Just a disclaimer here, my 2 toddlers woke up from their little nap, and I have 4 kids in the office here, so you may hear some chatter in the back. They, I suppose, happen to be on this flight. Alright, so after taking a look at some of the information getting into the Flagstaff area, I've determined that runway 21 more than likely is the runway in which we plan to arrive. Winds are calm now. There, the temperature is a nice 2 degrees Celsius, and that is the runway of choice. So I anticipate utilizing that runway. And if you look here to the well, that doesn't have to do with it, so I retract what I was going to say. Anyhow, so pretty smooth flight. We just had a little bit of chop on our ascent earlier, and now that seems to be a non-issue at this point. Altimeter in the Flagstaff area at this current time is 3026. Current Zulu time, or Greenwich Mean Time, is 2:35. I anticipate just parking in the general aviation parking area in the Flagstaff area. So if we come down runway 21, it'll be obviously one way or right. Something we can get on Alpha and bring it on in to that location. Once we land, of course, too, we are going to do a couple of replays of our landing so that you guys can witness the outside landing, and then we'll get the aircraft shut down. Right now, if we were to take a peek at the PilotEdge map, I am pretty much just south of, slightly southeast, more southeast of, well, obviously south of Las Vegas, and Flagstaff is located to my northeast from the direction that I am in. So,
Epic 111 Delta Yankee, Santa Barbara departure. Radar contact, climb and maintain 8,000.
So if we...
Goddess 0 Kilo Tango, contact Albuquerque Center 134.32.
Runway 21, we will go around and then turn back, heading southwest for our arrival. Runway 21, there is no arrival, so we will get vectored. And this is a situation where I don't need to make an approach request. It's pretty standard. Alright. So we have Echo Echo Delta. Crossing that in 2 minutes and 55 seconds. And then after that, we'll just wait for our descent instructions. which I'm assuming maybe are going to come when we get closer to maybe like 110 nautical miles out Flagstaff, but again, maybe not, because Flagstaff's elevation is higher than normal. The elevation of the airport in Flagstaff is 6,996 feet, so higher than a mile above sea level. So take a look at where our flight level is right now. Given our landing, we might descend a little bit later than that as well. So we are landing in the mountains. Then immediately after landing, running our replay and closing out the video, I intend to go enjoy some ultimate delicious food which I've cooked. Kids. I'll also need to work.
Epic 1 Delta Yankee, contact Los Angeles Center 135.5. Uh, 35.5, that's correct. Epic 111 Delta Yankee, Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
There aren't many charts to access in the Flagstaff area. We're looking at the weather here and see what type of cloud cover we have there. Might make the difference in the visual. Let's see. We got 10 miles of visibility there. Got some scattered clouds at 1,500 feet, broken at 2,300 feet, broken at 3,400 feet. So, shouldn't be too bad. We should have good visibility upon getting in, to the ILS range. So it's all conservative mountain. We'll see if we get, which we should, get another weather update as we get a little closer. Since it's getting ready to be bottom of the hour, or top of the hour, so. Okay. Well, folks, continue to enjoy the ride, and I'll check back in with you shortly. preparation. I just checked in the ATIS player, which is provided by PilotEdge plugins there. And iOS version 2.1 is in use. So let's go ahead and set our ILS frequency, which is 110.5. So 110.5, let's switch it. So that we're going our approach, we don't have to worry about that. 110.5 there. And approach course heading is 214. Right, 117 miles, so we are knocking these miles down. Again, you know, the information provided by Carenado's edition, which I'm flying in PC-12, doesn't have a whole lot of information on landing speed and all that good stuff. It's pretty much understood when playing this light mode what the landing speed and rotation speed are. Being south of max weight isn't extremely heavy, and so things won't vary too much. So I mean, there is that. Still, I would like a little extra information. I'm pretty sure there's symbols to it as well, but it's what it is. I'm not complaining. Just stating facts here, folks. Stating the facts. All right, so as we descend, obviously we're going to torque back up once we get a little bit lower. Of course, on the descent, it isn't as important, but I'll have everything condition levels all the way to 100 on our approach. We're going to get a lot of drag from landing gear on the flaps. We want to not be prepared for that. Working our way in, folks. And again, we'll probably descend a little bit later.
Twin Comanche 313 Whiskey Charlie, SoCal approach clear from Catalina Airport to San Diego International Airport is filed. Maintain 4,000, expect 5,000 1 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 127.4 and squawk 7303. Hold for release.
Probably descend a little bit later since we're out west.
Tower 3 Whiskey Charlie, be back to
We'll be over the Coconino National Forest of Arizona. We just passed Kingman not that long ago. We are parallel right now to
Pilatus 350 Kilo Tango, Los Angeles Center. You want my frequency?
I-40.
Pilatus 350 Kilo Tango, Los Angeles Center.
November 350 Kilo Tango. Go ahead.
Pilatus 350 Kilo Tango. I think you missed a handoff. Contact Albuquerque Center 134.32.
Alright, going to 34.32. Thanks a lot. And it does look like just a handoff, maybe between the
Air 1 Delta Yankee, contact Los Angeles Center 133.55.
maybe between the switching something, who knows. Albuquerque Center, November 350 Kilo Tango with you, flight number 230.
Number 350 Kilo Tango, Albuquerque Center, roger. Just going to maintain 15,000, 15,000, and stand by for a local altimeter.
Okay, center maintain 15,000, standing by for local altimeter. Alright folks, so
Flight 0 Kilo Tango, press gate altimeter is 3021.
Roger, 021. Alright, so 3021 is the altimeter. We will note that.
Remember 111 Delta Yankee, Oakland Center, roger. Were you given 230 by the last sector, or were you planning on climbing higher?
And let's bring our power back so that our speed here doesn't get
1 Delta Yankee, did they clear you up 250?
We'll base our descent perhaps on a...
The 1 Delta Yankee, roger. I'm going to need to arc you down here shortly anyways. Maintain flight level 230, show that as your new final.
Pauses there. So we're right on the cusp of the speed. Bring it back a little more. We don't want any trouble there. We get to our transition altitude. I'll plug in 3021. Altimeter. While that's going on, let me go ahead and square up heading. Sync it up. Just in case. Just don't know when I would have missed that handoff though. Maybe it was something I wasn't paying attention. I guess I'll go figure it out on a replay of the video perhaps. Let's go back here and fix it a little bit. Alright. 19.3 and descending. Alright, on our approach. We need to be at 8,200 from all. Once he starts giving us vectors, I'll put the approach into the GPS just so we can kind of monitor it. Alright, let's get ready to put our altimeter in. Oh. There we go. 3021. once this gets to about 16,000, I'm going to turn on the landing lights anyway, because we'll actually be 10,000 feet above the ground. So we just want to be safe. Keep our de-icing on for now. Prop a little bit. Torque is way down, obviously. Still got about 65 miles to go to Flagstaff, so. Torque there where she blow. Alright, we're starting to pitch up thanks to the rusty dusty autopilot. Alright, let's come back on the power back in place.
Flight at 0 Kilo, contact Phoenix approach 133.57.
Yeah, is that last transmission for November 35 Kilo Tango?
0 Kilo Tango, yes sir, contact Phoenix approach 133.57.
Thank you, sir. 3357. Yeah.
Eclipse 3 Victor Tango, CV Alpha to the ramp, this frequency taker.
Yeah, so you guys just witnessed, like, you know, his whole transmission didn't come in.
Remember 1 Delta Yankee, D to pilot's discretion, maintain 10,000, Monterey, altimeter 3014.
Phoenix approach, November 50 Kilo Tango with you, 15,000, and we have the weather in Flagstaff, no approach requested. Probably going to yell at me for saying no approach requested.
Okay, remember you're at 350 Kilo Tango, Phoenix approach, roger. Showing a ceiling of 2,300 broken. Are you looking for the ILS approach?
Yes, sir. I'll take the ILS approach in there. That's what ATIS was given, so that's what I was expecting you to do anyway.
0 Kilo Tango, roger. Expect ILS runway 21 approach.
Roger that. Expecting ILS runway 21 approach. That's okay. Alright, so as I said, folks, we already got the ILS set up. That's what ATIS gave us. And so far we've managed not to get yelled at. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? I think it is. So folks, again, this is my first time flying into the Flagstaff area. It looks like we do have some cloud cover coming down, and that's why he's recommending the ILS approach. Keep things safe. It's not really visual flight rules right now for that area. So, that's what we'll do. Now, one thing that I am going to do, I'm going to go ahead and switch to heading mode and take it off of nav mode. As you can see right now, I have it on the nav mode, but you know, we're tracking 70 degrees, and you know, it's a little off here just because of the winds. So let's go down here and get this about right there. Let's take a look. Should be fine, that should hold us. And then we'll get the approach there going. So I'm just going to go to heading mode. A slight little to the left, whatever, no big deal. Pretty much still on track, and if I want to, I can just come back down here and do 1 degree to the right. That should put us right back on the heading of 70 degrees, which it did. And then now, I can come over here and select the approach. Back. One thing that I have to do is put in the actual airport in order to get the approach. That's what we do. I should have done it earlier, but I didn't. No big deal. There we go. Now that that's in there, I can hit the cursor off. I can select the approach at Flagstaff. It'll come up. We're doing the ILS 21, and you know he's gonna vector us, but my next point was FLG anyway, so we'll just activate that, and then there you can see the approach. You can see we're still supposed to be going, you know, in this direction, which we are. Right now we're tracking 72, so now I can bring it back maybe 1 degree over on the heading to compensate for that. So track, there we go. Now we're tracking 71, which is what we want. And we're on heading mode. Since we're on heading mode, I can take this. Now, if you see right here, I've changed this to the localizer. Again, I have the localizer frequency already active in nav 1 at 110.50. Approach course is 214. So we're going to come over here, put an approach course of 214.
United 3879 Denver ground runway 17 right, taxi via Bravo Sierra Mike.
So as you can see now, we've got the approach course, and Flagstaff power is 3455. So I'm just going to program that in now too, so when he switches us, all I got to do is click that button. We're at 3455 for tower. Got our approach course set up. 214. And we are doing it. And then if we wanted to, of course, we can come here and I can cross fill this. So now that this information reflects what's going on here, cursor, bring it up, there we go. We've got Flagstaff and 30 something miles there. Again, let's go back and see if we can adjust since we're decided to be on the heading mode. See if we get this to go to 71 degrees. If not, I'll do one more click again. Now it's at 73, so here we are. Because at any moment he's going to start vectoring us, and so we'll already be ready for that. Technically, I could just put it back in nav mode.
November 1 Delta Yankee, contact NorCal approach 121.3.
And do it that way, but we are living on the edge.
Spotted 0 Kilo Tango, descend to maintain 13,000.
Down to 13,000. 350 Kilo Tango. Alright, so we're going to go down to 13,000. Let's engage that.
November 111 Delta Yankee, NorCal approach, roger. Information uniform is current at Monterey. Advise when you've got uniform, expect a visual approach runway 28 left.
It's okay if we pick up a little speed, no problem. Moving back on the power now a little bit. See when I move my throttle, this comes back. You can see I move my throttle on my joystick.
Flight 0 Kilo Tango, flighting 090 vectors to final.
Okay, 090 on the heading, vectors to final.
0 Kilo Tango, can expect vectors for left downwind due to terrain.
Roger that, expect vectors for left downwind from terrain. Alright, so let's get...
Remember 1 Delta Yankee, roger, descend to maintain 7,000.
090 on the heading there. And of course we're expecting a left downwind, meaning that we're going to be making left turns to the runway, so the airport will be to our left. These airports normally have left downwind anyway, unless the charts, and this one may, I don't know, have a right downwind pattern. But it makes sense because there is some mountains on the other side, so I was planning for a left downwind anyway. Wasn't planning for anything different. Now we're on heading 090.
30-30-79, double back on left. Make your next left turn on Zulu. Double back on Lima, and then taxi via Lima, Mike 10.
Once we get to a situation where we're...
Epic 1 Delta Yankee, fighting 010 vectors left base.
Once we get to a situation...
Epic 1 Delta Yankee, fighting 010 vectors left base.
Pocket 2. Somebody Yankee. Well, I appreciate you guys riding along with me on this flight here. It's been interesting. Learn something new every time.
Epic 1 Delta Yankee, advise Monterey Airport in sight, 10 o'clock and 15 miles.
Or speed a little bit, not by too much.
Epic 1 Delta Yankee, descend to maintain 6,200.
Look off at the distance. See this elevated mountain is probably what we're avoiding right there in this terrain. Coming around and coming back this way, so we'll stay to the left of this terrain over here.
Epic 1 Delta Yankee, cleared visual approach runway 28 left.
So he's getting ready to give us more than likely a little left turn here in a second.
Number 143 Victor Tango, Monterey clearance, good evening. Cleared at John Wayne Airport, Monterey 4 departure, vectors to Paso Robles, limit is filed. Climb via the SID, departure frequency 121.3, squawk 4251.
Yeah, this aircraft, I love it. It's so...
Clips 3 Victor Tango, read back correct.
So fuel efficient.
Epic 1 Delta Yankee, contact Monterey Tower 118.4.
It's just so fuel efficient.
United 3879 Denver Tower, wind to 160 at 13, runway 17 right, cleared for takeoff. Flight at 0 Kilo Tango, turn left heading 030.
Left heading 030. Alright.
November 111 Delta Yankee, Monterey Tower, wind calm, runway 28 left, clear to wind.
Heading there. Things you gotta do being a simmer. So left turn there. Let's check back. What little passengers you see back here? There's that terrain over there, so we're going to be making another left turn here. The airport's basically to our left there. Past it. It's a little further out than I was looking. You can see the terrain peeking out right here through the clouds. Basically right now we're what's called left downwind. We are on the right side of the airport, which means we are going to make a left turn to base and then another left turn to the final coming back here. So that's why they call it
Flight at 0 Kilo Tango, descended, maintain 11,300.
Down to 11,300. Alright, so let's go down to 11.3. That. About 1,000 feet per minute there. No rush. Probably going to give us an earlier turn.
Guided 3879, contact departure. Headed 3879 Denver, departure radar contact, climb and maintain, flight level 210.
Alright, ice protection before landing. Check this approach check up 10%, quantity check. Nope. That is it, which they were asking for gear down. Alright. At a good altitude to intercept ILF. Here's some clouds.
Flight 0 Kilo Tango, turn left heading 300.
Left heading 300, Flight 0 Kilo Tango.
Traffic 1 Delta Yankee, taxi via Alpha to the ramp, this frequency, take care.
Go left heading 300.
United 3879, contact Denver Center 133.67 for hire.
Now you see why he wanted us on the ILS. And he's getting ready to, as you can see here's 300, so now we're basically base. Flying the base leg. To Flagstaff.
United 3879 for Center, roger. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Now, he's probably going to tell us to intercept the ILS. Let's start slowing our aircraft down just a little bit. Go ahead and bring the condition levers up.
Flight 0 Kilo Tango, 5 miles from final. Turn left heading 240. Maintain 11,300 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 21 approach.
Alright, left to 240. Intercept ILS. Maintain 11,000 to establish on ILS. Clear ILS 2 approach.
0 Kilo Tango, maintain 11,300 until established at 11.3.
Alright, 1,300. About a 0 Kilo Tango.
Number 143 Victor Tango, I believe you were calling ready to taxi.
So, now that
Victor Tango, runway 28 left, taxi via Alpha.
He wants us to maintain the altitude in which we have. We are armed to intercept, which we just did. And here's the glide slope. Coming down. We are now turned to final. Alright, got our torque all the way, got our condition levers where they're at. We're getting ready to intercept the glide path. As we get a little closer, I'll drop the landing gear. As you can see here, we're at the tip of it. Now we're descending. It's going to tell us to go to tower here any minute. Yeah, definitely ILS was necessary with this one. Alright, going back on the power, I want to bleed some speed. Alright, let's go from landing gear down. 3 down, 1 level the flaps.
Victor Hotel, Mike Lima, Charlie, Oakland ground, loud and clear. Flight 0 Kilo Tango, contact Flagstaff Tower 134.55.
Alright, going to Flagstaff Tower 3455. We'll see you next time. Flight 0 Kilo Tango. Flagstaff Tower, number 350 Kilo Tango with you, ILS 2 approach.
Number 350 Vic, correction, November 350 Kilo Tango, Flagstaff Tower, wind column, runway 21, clear to land.
Close. Here's the field there. We're a little off, so I'm going to go ahead and hopefully this cloud clears. I'm going to have to swing it left as I get a little lower here. Alright, we should be able to take over from here. We'll turn the autopilot off and the yaw damper off. As you can see, it was a little off. Right. Right. Get down and catch the glide slope.
Monterey Tower, number 143, Victor Tango, holding short, 28 left, ready to go.
Remember, 143 Victor Tango, Monterey Tower, 1 column, runway 28 left, cleared for takeoff.
Off here.
Cleared for takeoff, 28 left.
Visibility. I don't like landing flaps full in this thing unless I have to. Little stutter there. Here. Little flare. Alright. And we are down. Could have made that turn, but we didn't. Just come and make this the next one here.
Flight 0 Kilo Tango, exit when able, taxi via Alpha to the ramp, this frequency.
Exit when able, taxi via Alpha to the ramp, remain this frequency, 350 Kilo Tango. Alright. Braking action going on here. Right. I guess we'll just go here. Need to turn our landing off.
Clips 3 Victor 10 contact, NorCal departure.
Over to NorCal, departure 3 Victor 10.
Got the strobes off. Bring my conditioner down. Well, folks, I appreciate you staying with me on this arrival. We have made it into Flagstaff. Just going to taxi on down here to the ramp. Then we'll watch the replay.
Number 143, Victor Tango, NorCal departure, roger. Radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190. Sign transponder code should be 5241. Check that when you get a chance. 5241.
Get yelled at. It's a busy Flagstaff here with a bunch of service vehicles.
Victor Tango, climb and maintain flight level 190.
So we floated it a little bit on the way in. Look, somebody's got some limo or something going on here. We floated it a little bit on the way in, but it was alright. Better safe than sorry.
Eclipse 3 Victor Tango, turn right at 090.
I mean, I'm still okay with the landing that we have. We're just going to come over here. We'll shut down over here. Hopefully none of these service vehicles decide to give us a hard time, I should say. Let's come on over here to one of these little hangars over here.
Eclipse 3 Victor Tango, proceed direct to Paso Robles VOR, resume on navigation.
I just hate how dramatic they make the I hate how dramatic they make braking here on the X-Plane. Alright, about right here is fine. Alright, folks, let's go ahead and take a look at our replay. Turn that off. Thank you very much, PilotEdge. We can turn you off.
Disconnected.
Now we can come up here and get a little replayer going, you know, and just check it out, see how we did. Let's get about right there. Let's see if we let's see what tower mode will give us. And let's hit play here. Let's go with a free camera. Didn't look like it was going to be too cooperative. And here we are. Here's where we floated it a little bit, but see what tower mode will get us. Not much. Towers, obviously virtually no tower. Maybe we can replay it one more time and we'll just use the flyby methodology. Which I think is this one here. See, we were off right there. We started banking to the right. It looks like we're cleared up there. Plenty of outside view here. So normally when there's a better tower view, I watch it from the tower view, but doesn't seem like that is gonna happen. Coming in lower here. over the runway, and I'll try to get it as we touch down. We're gonna float a little bit, and I'll go for it now. Here's where we floated it a little bit. All right. And lastly but not leastly, I always like to do a little passenger view as well. Coming in, so you can see how far out we were. It's probably too far out. And slide it over just a little bit. See us coming in. And this will be the last view, folks, and then we're done. I think it's a wrap. So I just floated it in a little bit. You know, I should have probably came back up to speed a little early. There was no winds, it was calm, so there was no real reason for that. And that's why I don't like landing full flaps, which I didn't. So here's kind of where we floated it right here. We came down. But no big deal. I'd like to thank, you know, everyone and anyone who watched this or who watches this recording in the future. And hope you will join me on another flight, maybe learn something, maybe you teach me something. Otherwise we just enjoy the flight itself. Flagstaff seems to be a very pretty scenery here on the default X-plane. This is all default. We've done anything extra other than having the X Enviro for the environment, obviously, and PilotEdge, and my absolutely great flying skills that I obtain. I want to say thanks for watching this live stream and or recording, and I will look forward to doing another flight in the future. Till then, we will see you later, and we'll just let it taxi on in. Since the scenery is so beautiful here, let it taxi on in before I cut the stream off. See you next time.